Hey everyone, today we'll walk you through the process of buying something completely anonymously on the Particl Marketplace, a decentralized, unrestricted, and privacy-first online marketplace. This tutorial assumes you already know what Particl and its marketplace dApp are and that you've already got funds in your market wallet. If that's not the case, we suggest you head over to Particl.io or navigate to the Particl Marketplace playlist of our YouTube channel. There, look for the video titled Anonymously Buy and Sell Anything Online, a complete Particl Marketplace overview, as well as the video How to Get Started with Particl Marketplace. The first step to buy something on Particl is to see what's available for sale. To do that, you'll need to activate the Open Market or any other user marketplace you're interested in. Go to the Manage Markets page and into the Browser tab. The Market browser is where you can see all markets and storefronts published by other people. It's important to understand that Particl Marketplace is not a single marketplace, but rather a network of any number of user-created markets or shops. They can either be kept private, operating on an invitation-only basis, or be publicly broadcast to the network for everyone to join. The markets we see here are public. The private ones do not show up at all for anyone not in possession of their view key. So, for the purpose of this video, we'll join the Open Market, which is Particl's most popular general-purpose marketplace, and the Bilek Jewelry Shop, a vendor storefront which we've partnered up with to make this video. After joining the markets that interest you, you'll want to synchronize their listings. You do that simply by clicking here on Scan for Listings. The process is now complete. You can finally start browsing these two markets by navigating to the Browse page, just here. Since we've just joined the markets, their listings are now being updated. You can keep track of this progress by monitoring the refresh icon and periodically clicking on it to display the new listings. For the purpose of this video, let's buy something from the Bilek store instead of the Open Market. All we have to do is come to this drop-down menu here and select the Bilek Jewelry Shop. And here we see the items they've got for sale. You can check each individual listing's description, images, and costs. You can also ask the seller a question by navigating to the Chat tab here. Note that any message left here is public, much like Amazon's question and answers section, meaning anyone else with access to that listing will be able to read it, so make sure that you don't leave any personal information. So, when satisfied with the answers to your questions, if you've got any, you can buy the product by adding it to your cart and then submitting your order. Here we see a little notification next to the cart page menu item indicating we've got something in our cart. So, navigate over there and enter your information. Note that you can save your shipping information, which may be handy for future purchases. Once ready to submit your order, click on the big Review and Submit button, review your order details, and then submit it to the seller. But here you might be noticing something. The required payment is twice as high as the total value of the order, including shipping. That's not an error. As mentioned earlier, Particl Marketplace is a decentralized marketplace, meaning there is no central party or payment gateway to ensure the value of your transaction in case you run into a scammer. Instead, the marketplace uses a unique two-party escrow system, which relies on the mutually assured destruction game theory to protect your funds. How it works is simple. Both participants in a given transaction, the seller and the buyer, put up an additional security deposit in an escrow smart contract which gets refunded in full and without fees once the transaction completes. So, as the buyer, you need to put twice the value of the order, which is basically the payment for your order plus the security deposit, and the seller also puts an equal security deposit into the smart contract. As such, both parties have an equal security deposit on the line which can only be refunded once the transaction completes satisfactorily. If an issue arises, both participants must come to an agreeable resolution before the payments can be released, since both have a financial incentive in finding a common ground. This system makes it impossible for a scammer to gain the automated refund policies of online marketplaces, and even attempting to scam a buyer would result in a net financial loss for them. And so, with this in mind, you can now proceed to submit your order, and you'll then be brought to the purchases page, which contains all current and past purchasing orders you've sent to sellers. Clicking on your orders tile will expand its details, and you'll notice a timeline which indicates where you are in the process of completing the order. Keep in mind that, even after the seller accepts your order, you'll still have one step to complete before the seller can ship your item. After placing an order with a seller, you will have access to a private chat with them. Clicking on the designated area will open the chat window, which is end-to-end encrypted and completely private. The contents of the conversation can only be viewed by you and the seller, ensuring complete anonymity. At this point, all you have to do is to wait for the seller to accept your order. Take note, however, that in order to receive updates on your orders, your wallet needs to be unlocked. In this demo, we are using an unencrypted market wallet, but if you've opted to add a password to it, make sure to unlock it to receive any notification and be able to move through the steps. Once the seller accepts the order, you must make payment into the Escrow smart contract, which covers the cost of the item, shipping, and your security deposit. Both payments will be held securely within the Escrow smart contract until the transaction is complete. To make your payment, click on the designated button and enter any optional information you desire. Alternatively, you can leave both text fields blank. Once the payment is complete, you'll have to wait for the seller to make their security deposit into the Escrow smart contract as well and ship your order. The seller may provide you with a tracking number like we see here. For the purpose of this video, we've gotten in touch with the Bilek jewelry vendor to speed up the process, so we can now assume that the item has been received through the mail, been inspected, and that we are satisfied with it. We're now ready to complete the transaction, which will release the payment to the seller as well as both security deposits. Simply come here and click on the Mark as Delivered button. The order is now complete. You've just successfully purchased an item in cryptocurrencies on an online marketplace that's entirely private without the need of any payment processor, escrow agent, or other type of central party to take a cut off of the transaction. If you would like to start selling items as well, navigate to the Particl Marketplace playlist on our YouTube channel. There, you'll find a complete overview of the marketplace as well as an in-depth video on how to become a seller. If you like what you see, we encourage you to become a buyer or a seller on the marketplace and join our awesome community of devoted cypherpunks in our journey to build a privacy-first, pro-liberty economy that's open and fair to all. As always, we also encourage you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell to be notified of any new content we put out. Thank you for watching this video, and remember that true freedom does not exist without privacy. See you in the next video.